take 5. And just take go home video. Let's try this again. So this again video is to give you guys a reference on the commands that we have been working on with him for the past 4 weeks. Going to take you through the basic commands, and then also going to take you through some of the advanced commands. Um, this again is to help you guys focus on getting comfortable with the commands, what to expect. He knows what he's supposed to do. He has to get used to your taking the commands from you guys, your movements, your direction, that fun stuff, right? So I do this a lot with his kibble, and then you see the videos I send you when I working him when we go for a walk. I use some treats for motivation, right? We have kind of started to wean off from the treats and starting just to reward with affection, right? So I'll show you the tools that I use to kind of create the commands that we've been working on, right? First one we're going to just work on is just recall. So I will toss a treat, let him go get it, and then it just looks like this. Banjo, come. So when he comes, he should come up all the way on you. Should give you that eye contact. This is where you tell him, yes, good boy. And then you give him that treat. And then when you want to release him, break. A break is his release command. Okay. So you're going to see that also if I tell him to sit, eye contact, yes. Oh, so if he messes up, you want to tell him, is his correction, right? So asked you to sit, he went into a down, we correct that right there, right? So we'll start over. Break, come, sit. Yes, good boy. He will hold it, and then when I want to release him, break. Good boy. Good boy. We've been working on duration to get him to hold these commands, but that's going to be a big emphasis for you guys, is to teach him how long you really want him to hold them, right? So again, with the down command, it's the same. He already knows. He hears down. Yes, good boy. He gives you that eye contact, create that distance that you want. You want to release him, break. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good job. Right? So it's come, yes, break. Sit, yes, break. Down, yes, break. You can already see he's already in work mode. He really likes this. So when I'm teaching my dog heel or to do certain movements or move with me in a heel, one of the things I do get my dogs comfortable with is turning. So with him, if I want him to turn counterclockwise, I will say spin. Yes, good boy. And then if I want him to turn clockwise, it's turn. Yes, good boy. And then when I want to release him from this, break, and then I just toss it. So just remember, counterclockwise is spin, clockwise is turn. Okay? And the reason for that is when you have him do heels, you're going to see him turn, and I just had to get him comfortable making these turns, right? Something else I'll do, like if you want him to jump up on something, you just point to it, say up, and he goes up, right? I work on a little focus with him. I don't care if he sits. I don't care if he goes down, right? So I'll have treats in each hand. I will put him behind my back. Once he looks at me, I'll tell him, yes, good boy, right? Yes, good boy. This is just me teaching him I want focus. Just every time you look at me, you're going to get the treat. Yes, good boy. And he's just getting one right now. Yes, good boy, right? Other things I do to kind of trick him up, I'll take the treats in my hand and I'll just go out like this. Eyes come back. Yes, good boy. And then when I want to release him, break. And then he can get off, right? Other things I do, up. I'll actually practice the spin. Yes, you can do it up here too, right? Turn. Yes, good. Good boy. Some of the advanced work that we do is giving him multiple commands before you reward him, right? So sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Stand. So he has trouble. This one's he's learning. So I help right here with the hand. Eye contact. Yes. Good boy. Sit. Down. Right. Now he's holding it again. Right. Remember, he knows to hold it until he hears break, and then he can come. Keep that in mind. Right. Good boy. Good boy. So the rise bed is good to teach him place. This is a good tool to have. Um, so in the house, you have guests come over. He's running around. He's a little too much. You could tell him place. He knows when he hits this, he's supposed to lay down and relax. Outside, I just taught him the concept of going on it and laying in there. And then we actually work on this in the house with the leash to get him to stay in it for a longer period of time. So I will just tell him, Benjo, place, and he knows to get on it. And then he will look at me right now because he's learning. He's still, this one is still a newer concept for him. And then I will wait until, there we go. That's what I want. I want to lay down position. Yes, good boy. One thing I forgot to mention is when you are rewarding, make sure you reward in the command. So if you tell him sit, you're rewarding him in the sit. If you tell him down, you're rewarding him in the down, right? Right now he's in the place. I'm going to tell him yes, good boy, right? Good boy means you're doing a good job holding that position. And then same, he has to wait, break. Now he can come off. Good boy. Good boy, yes. Yeah, good boy. Turn. When you're doing these exercises, make it random. Don't be predictable. Yes, good boy. And one thing you could do too is you see how he follows the hand movements, heel position. Good boy. Yes, break. Get comfortable. You'll see me move really quickly. It's okay if you guys are moving slow in the beginning, as you guys again are getting comfortable with these movements, right? So now I know you're probably wondering what this little step is for this. So this is one thing that I do when I ask him. I'll show you what we work on with that step. When I ask him to go into a heel, right, I could actually turn and he's going to turn with me. Yes, good boy. Once we make that full circle, that's when I reward. And I could actually go the other way. And he knows to turn with me. Yes, good boy. So what I use this step for is I taught him that when he sees that 2 feet go on, yes, good boy. And then what I will do is I will take the treat in my hand and I will start to spin him around. This just kind of helps him understand where his back legs are. And once we do a full circle with the front two legs staying on top and fully around, yes, good boy, I release and give him a treat. This is just for him to practice moving with you in a heel. Doesn't have to be a little step like this. It could be it just has to be like a small little platform, nothing crazy, right? And then you also want to make sure you go the other direction too, right? Because you're going to be turning different ways, right? Yes, good boy. Once he has this down, you don't really have to do this. He has this really down really good, bro. Good boy, break. So maybe just for you guys to get comfortable using that, right? But it's really not going to need it for a very long time once you guys got the hang of it. He really understands how to do that. The other thing I will do with him, I will get him off. I will stand next to it and I'm going to ask him to heel. And this is how I taught him how to move with me in a heel as I go around. Good. Full circle. Once we're there, then I reward. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Break. And then I'll let him get those treats. So that's what that little platform is there for. Right there, bub. So now let's talk about some advanced command work, right? So this is called the luring technique. So you have food in your hand, you stick it right in front of his nose, and he will follow it. You're luring him, okay? When you want to start working on heel with him, because he knows, right? Because if you see, if I could, with me, Banjo, heel, he already knows, right? Again, he has to get used to your movements. Break. I want you to practice luring with him, and I'm going to have you guys do this tomorrow when you pick him up. But just in case you forget what it looks like, all I do is I'll take my hand. You don't need big gestures. Something really short and smooth. Take a step back, spin him around, bring him right here. Boot up. He sits. Yes, good boy. Okay, break. Show you what that looks like. Banjo. Heel. He already knows how to go in the heel position. Again, this is just for you guys to practice. Good boy. Break. break. You're good, right? So show you how I go get him to switch from one side to the next side, right? So I will tell him, Banjo, heel. Yes. Now I'm going to lure him out that way. I'm going to get the eye contact. Banjo, switch. And I'll bring him over to the other side. Same position, eye contact. Yes, good boy. Good boy. So we practice. So I do have treats in two hands, right? So I'm luring him away, heel, bringing him back over the other side, and then I reward. Yes. So he never gets the treat from this side when I'm luring him this way. It's always the opposite hand. It's going to reward him, right? And then I will also, so you got heel on the right. Go ahead, break. Switch will put him on your left. And then we have middle, right? So I will do heel. Yes. Spin him away. Middle. Up. He messes up. That's where you do the correction. Spin him away. Middle. Yes, good boy. From here, you can even do down. Remember, reward in the position. Yes, good boy. Sit. Sit. Yes, good boy. And then you can even kick him out. Heel. From that position. Yes, good boy. And then break. So let me show you what it looks like when we do it really, really quick, okay? Because he's gotten really good with this. Banjo. Heel. Yes, good boy. Switch. Yes, good boy. Middle. Yes, good boy. Heel. Yes, good boy. Oops. Break. So that move really slow when you guys are doing it, and because it's going to take you guys time to get comfortable where he sits in the middle and all that stuff. So let's talk about that real quick while I move this. When would you have them switch and go in the middle and stuff like that? Well, for me, when I take my dogs to the store and I want to stop and look at something, or there's a lot of people or something, or I see my dogs getting a little stressed, I'll tell them to go in the middle so I can touch them, give them a little bit of comfort, and just have them just know that I'm over them, right? They're a little bit protected. The other thing too is if I have them in a heel, and let's say there's a distraction or a dog or something, I want to create a little bit of distance, I'm going to tell them switch and put him on the other side. So now I'm in between him and whatever that trigger or distraction is, right? Um, so he does this all on the move too. So I'm gonna break, move away, and start moving toward the camera, show you what that looks like on the move, right? Again, take your time practicing this. You just walk and get him in position. Heel, switch, middle, and he moves with you. If you stop, he sits. So even in a heel, you stop, he sits. If you're in a switch and you stop, he sits. He knows this automatically. Heel, good boy, yes. And then I'm gonna release him. Break. Show you what that looks like again. Banjo, heel. So there he is. Switch. While we move, yes. Middle, right? No reward yet, right there. Yes. Down. All the way. Yes. Good boy. And break. Good boy. Okay. Something else I want to show you that we've been working on. He's still working on this. He knows it, but this concept right here. It's called again, very similar to the step where I get him comfortable making those turns with me. I want him to get comfortable walking backwards. So I will tell him, Banjo, back, 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 back. Yes, good boy. He takes a few steps, then I reward. Back, back. Yes, good boy. He comes again. We're going to do it again. Back, back, Back. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Back. Back. Yes, good boy. So why is that important? Well, as you guys get really comfortable doing the heel with him, you're going to want this. Middle. He's moving with you, right? Well, what happens when you start walking backwards? He should move backwards with you. Heel. Right? Same with the heel. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Break. So make sure you practice again. This video again is just to to teach you guys what he's already learned, not overwhelm you guys. You guys don't have to do all these every single time you work them. Get comfortable with the basics. When you're comfortable with the basics, start adding some of the advanced movements. When you're good with an advanced movement, you can add another one, add another one, add another one, right? Slow, guys. Just take your time. Recall. Come. Yes, good boy. Right? Down. Make them go down. Make them wait. Right? Create some distance. Break. Yes, good boy. Yes. Right? Again, you guys getting comfortable is really important, right? So one of the things I wanted to mention too is like when you see me put him in a sit or a down, sit. Sorry, that was on me. Confused you, bud. Down. I give him my back. I'm not walking away looking at him walking backwards, right? This is comfortable for him. Break. Because it's a more natural movement for us to turn our back and move away versus do this. Okay. So good boy. So yeah. So again, we're going to go over all of this tomorrow, but again, this is just a quick reference video that I'm going to upload on my YouTube channel. Yes, good boy. So that you guys can reference the commands that he knows. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now, over time, what I want you guys to start doing, use the food. He's very food motivated. He loves the food. Use it a lot as you guys are getting comfortable with the commands. Once you are comfortable and he's comfortable receiving them from you, heel. Then I want you to start replacing with this. Good boy. Just your affection, right? You shouldn't have to carry treats everywhere you go, forever, right? Good boy. Down. Yes, good boy. Right? Walk away. Break. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Right? So, in the beginning, yes, use treats heavily. There's nothing wrong with that. I like to use his feeding time as a great opportunity to exercise. But over time, I want him eventually working for your affection as the bond gets stronger between you guys and not just the treats. Okay. When you do take him out in public, though, in the beginning, take treats. Again, he needs to get comfortable and get used to these ideas and these experiences, and they become more normalized for him. Then you don't really have to use these, right? But like I can do command work in the backyard. I could tell him up, right? He knows no treat, right? He's just gonna get affection. Good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Down. Yes, good boy. Break. Break. But now in public, there's so much going on, right? When you take him out, you want the treats to help him focus and stay engaged with you, right? And then as that becomes more normal for him, it's much more of an experience like that. So hopefully this video is super helpful. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But again, this is for your guys' benefit. He knows what he's supposed to do. This is just to kind of help you guys understand how we work them and how we get him engaged and working on the commands.